All right, YouTube, back with another video. We picked this up a few weeks ago, probably a month ago, for the wife. I sold the Polaris Ace 900. We got $5 grand for that, and the gentleman that came down to look at them actually had a son, and I talked him into buying them both. So I got rid of them both for $8 grand, 5 for the 900, 3 for the 325. I was ready to just get rid of them. They weren't being used. My son, he lost interest in it. They were fun while they lasted, but he originally came down to buy the pink one, the 900, and I asked him if he was interested in 2 of them because I got another one for sale, and I could see the little wheels in his mind turning, and he made a phone call to his girl, and I guess they got a son, so he ended up taking them both. Well, I shouldn't say taking them. I had to deliver them to Casa Grande. I charged him an extra $150 to do it, so I loaded them both up on the trailer, drove an hour and a half south, dropped them off at his place, and then headed home. The CFMOTO is not a bad bike. I mean, it is a China bike, but I do believe CFMOTO and KTM, I do believe CFMOTO makes the engines for KTM, if I'm not mistaken. But it is a pretty nice bike. It is a 500cc. It is fuel injected. It is 4-wheel drive. It does have power steering, which is nice. And I mean, it is a belt-driven bike, but my wife doesn't ride them hard, so she'll be fine. We're actually looking at a 400, same color, same bike. And the dealer wanted, it was a 2022. This is a 21. And or maybe it was a 23 and this is a 22, something like that. But they wanted over $6 grand, tax, title, license, dock fees, all that bullshit that they always attack on. And we're just like, no. I mean, it didn't have the upgraded wheels, it didn't have a winch. It was pretty stock, basic, no bells and whistles. But I found this one on Marketplace or OfferUp, one of those two, I don't remember. And he was asking like $5,500, $5,800, and we got him down to 5. But this thing's a nice bike. I mean, to have power steering, it's got a digital speedometer. We picked it up, it had like 455 miles on it. It's got a fuel gauge, 12-volt accessory port, 2 USB ports, like daytime running lights, high beam, low beam, and then it does have 4-wheel drive here, and then you slide this over, and behind there it locks the front diff, so you have true 4-wheel drive. But for the money, I mean, if you guys are looking for a utility bike, definitely check out the CFMOTO bikes. Definitely would recommend finding them private party, because the dealerships, they're just a ripoff. Those guys want so much money for such little things. It's just ridiculous. So she was happy to pick this one up. It's in great shape. An older gentleman owned it. I believe he brought it down from Montana, and it just sat in the storage unit on a trailer. And I mean, it's got a couple scratches, scuffs, but nothing major. No broken plastics. Super comfortable. It's got a trailer hitch down here, and that's a 2-inch receiver right there. You know, that's like what's on my truck. And for all the bells and whistles on this thing, I think she got a pretty good deal. And she doesn't drive the bikes hard, so you know, we'll keep this for a while. You know, maybe when I get old and older, can't drive the sport quads no more, start taking up some off-road adventures here with this thing. I do see quite a bit of these up for sale. Not this particular one, but like the touring ones, which they're a little bit longer, and then they have a 2-seater. It's a 2-seat, and then they have like a little step there for your feet to rest on for the person in the back. It's like a 2-up, but those are going for like 7, 8. Which, I mean, isn't horrible, but I mean, this thing goes, it moves. I mean, it's no Can-Am Renegade 1000 or anything like that, but I mean, for the money, I would buy it again. I mean, I'm not, like I said, into China bikes, but you know, they've come a long way, CFMOTO. They make side-by-sides, they make these. And then, like I said, I do believe KTM and CFMOTO are combined together, and they make parts for the CFMOTO, makes parts for KTM, or KTM makes parts for CFMOTO, whichever way it goes. But don't hold me to that, but I do believe that's what I read. I'll have to double check on that, but she's a pretty cool bike. I mean, it's got the racks. It came with a gun rack on the front sitting up there, but I took those off and we have no need for that. So anyway, that is the video on this bike. I mean, I'm kind of happy that it's fuel injected. I mean, it's just so much easier to deal with. But I mean, there's a bunch of accessories you can buy for this. You can buy an exhaust, you can buy a tuner. What else can you buy? Like storage bins for the racks, different front brush guard. It kind of comes up and protects the lights more. And this thing's great. It's got a storage bin in the back here. Just pop down the light. I mean, it's got a pretty stout storage contained compartment down there, and I can fit my hand all the way in there, so whatever you need to store in there. So if you guys are in the market for a bike, utility bike, I mean, like I said, definitely check these out. So that's the end of this video. Stay tuned for some more videos on some other stuff. Slowly working on my 2014, trying to build that up a little bit differently. Got a new rear bumper, grab bar, and I've been out yesterday exploring, trying to find some trails and stuff to ride on. So stay tuned for some video on that.